Hey, Alpine kids. Happy Wednesday. Happy snow week. I hope you're enjoying your time at home, staying safe and off the roads. You might have heard that the church had a little bit of a water leak this week. Some pipes burst in one of the classrooms from the sprinkler system. But I am happy to report that when we went back up today, things were drying out and a company has started dehumidifying all of the classrooms, and we should be able to meet this Sunday for church. I'm super thankful for warmer temps on the way, and I pray that all of you have had running water and electricity and plenty of food to eat, plenty of snacks to have. I just wanted to mention tonight that I was looking through my boys' bookshelf and I came across this book that seemed appropriate for this week, right? So you might have a book similar to this and you might be looking through it and see that God made some amazing animals to survive in the very, very cold temperatures. I read here about seals that can survive in very cold water, like baby harp seals, and polar seals love soaking up the sun, but they aren't afraid of really cold water. Elephant seals are the biggest seals of all. Let's see some of the other animals. Here's a walrus that can survive very, very cold temperatures. Polar bears, big paws, act like snowshoes, helping them get around on snow and ice. I wish I had some of those this week, helping me get around because I have slipped a time or two. Wolverines, wolves, and some special kinds of dogs live in polar places too, even colder than here in Longview. Look at those beautiful dogs. Some huskies pull the sled over the snow. Arctic foxes have thick fur that keep them warm. And they even have fur on the bottom of their feet. The fur changes color with season. In the winter, it's white to match the snow. And in the summer, it's brownish gray. Let's see some of the other animals. Different kinds of sheep and oxen also live in chilly polar places. Some have long fur to keep them cozy. And then there's some birds like terns and geese and albatrosses that live in polar regions too. Notice what color all three of those are. They're white to match the snow. And one of my favorite birds of all, with black wings and bright orange feet, are called puffin. And they kind of stand out in the snow, but I love puffins. In fact, I memorized a poem about puffins in the first grade and can still say some of the words. Puffins' beaks aren't just colorful, they can hold a few small fish at once. Very handy for bringing food to their babies. Look at that cute puffin. Isn't that great? It just reminds me when I look through this book and look at all the beautiful animals that can exist in polar regions, and we're even made for polar regions. It just reminds me of God's provision. And it also reminds me of God's creativity. It reminds me of Matthew 6, where Jesus is preaching on the Sermon on the Mount and reminds us not to worry, because even the birds of the air are taken care of, and even the flowers are taken care of. And I know most flowers can't survive in weather like this, But there are some that were made for this kind of weather. There are some birds that were made for this kind of weather. And although it's not this cold usually in Longview, I also know that God reminds us not to worry, because as much as the birds are taken care of and as much as the flowers are so beautiful, and some even grow without us feeding them, we are to rely on our Heavenly Father for all protection, for all comfort, even in the midst of a really, really, really cold storm. You know, our pipes burst. They weren't ready. As many precautions as were made at church, and we had some amazing guys and the cleaning crew making some great precautions to keep our pipes from bursting. It happened, but that doesn't mean we have to worry about the future. I'm so thankful that no one was in the building when that happened, and the kids weren't at school when that happened. I'm so thankful we weren't in the classrooms. And I know that everything that got wet, it can be replaced. And it may cause a little discomfort, kind of like this cold weather. It may cause a little frustration at times. And it may cause a little inconvenience at times, just kind of like this weather has. But I know that we are healthy and we are safe, and our building will be just fine. And more than that, I know that our church body is resilient. Our church family is strong. Our ACA community is so resilient and flexible and encouraging. And I have been encouraged, even in the midst of what seems like a crummy situation with really wet floors in the kids' wing and some things needing to be replaced. Even in the midst of that, I know that our church is so strong and resilient because we have faith in God, and we do not worry about tomorrow. We may wonder about a few things. We may wonder how long it'll take to get the floors completely dry, and we may wonder how long it will take to for the classrooms to look exactly like they did before we left for the weekend. But we don't have to worry. We don't have to worry because Jesus reminds us that we don't have to worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will worry about itself. We just need to be faithful today. We can wonder today, but we can cast all our cares on Him. And we do that by praying. And so I just encourage all of our families just to spend time tonight just praying and thanking God for all the praises, and also lifting up those in need. I know we have some families in this area who are in need, and it's hard to get to all those families in need. And so we can lift up the families who may still be sick and suffering from COVID. We can lift up those who may have not had electricity for a few days or hours, hopefully just hours. And we can lift up those who are in need, all the homeless who are trying to find shelter during this time. And we can lift those up in prayer and know that we don't have to worry about the situation at hand, but we can just wonder. And in the meantime, we can enjoy the snow, and we can enjoy the beauty of the snow. You know, these animals were made for really cold temperatures. And my goodness, some of them have such amazing bodies and structures. I mean, look at these penguins who love to play in the snow. It says, let's stay warm by playing together. You know what? Let's stay warm by lifting each other up in prayer together. Let's stay warm by playing together with our brothers and sisters and obeying our parents. Let's stay warm and let's stay free from worry. All right? So I just wanted to hop on here and tell all of you how much I love you and how much I've missed being with you Sunday and tonight. But we are looking forward to seeing everyone on Sunday. I think that's the 21st of February. Church will be open unless anything else heads our way. We are planning on being open, and we will have classes for all ages, and we will be back to business in Bible Bowl on Sunday. I wanted to say hi, and I hope y'all are having a joyful week, even amidst some of the trials surrounding us. Take care, and I'll see you soon.